Dear students, a very good evening to you all. Myself, Dr. Madhusudan, and today I will discuss with you about acquired or adaptive immunity in detail. So let's start with your today's topic, that is acquired or adaptive immunity. Acquired immunity or adaptive immunity is a type of immunity that develops during a person's lifetime by exposure to suitable foreign microorganisms. And this type of immunity is not present in our body by birth. This type of immunity is pathogen specific, it is characterized by memory, and it is mediated by lymphocytes, which engulf the pathogen and destroy the antigen or make the antigen harmless. Next, we will study about primary and secondary immune response. Primary immune response is when our body encounters a pathogen for the first time, and this type of immune response is generally of low intensity and takes long time to develop. Whereas if our body encounters the same pathogen second time, our body produces a quick immune response of higher intensity, which is known as secondary immune response. And once our body gets used to these pathogens, the antibodies produced in our body are ready to attack the pathogens second time, and it is generally known as naturally acquired immunity. Now, in the next slide, we will study about types of acquired immunity. There are two types of acquired immunity. First one is active immunity and second one is passive immunity. As shown in the figure here, active immunity develops after exposure to a disease causing infectious microorganisms or other foreign substances such as falling infection or vaccination. An allergic reaction is an extreme response to an antigen resulting from active immunity. Active immunity may be either natural or artificial in nature, as shown in the figure here. An example of natural active immunity is fighting of a cold, whereas building up a resistance to a disease due to immunization or vaccination is an example of artificial active immunity. So this is all about the active immunity. Now come to the passive immunity. Passive immunity is an immunity that develops after a person receives immune system components, mostly antibodies from another person. And in this case, an example of natural passive immunity is a baby's protection against certain infections by getting antibodies through colostrum or breast milk. Whereas when a person receives antibodies in the form of an injection like gamma globulin injection or injection of snake antivenom, following a bite is an example of artificial passive immunity. The important thing to be noted down here is that passive immunity provides immediate protection against an antigen, but it does not provide long-lasting protection. Now we will study some important features of acquired immunity. First one is specificity, or you can say the quality or condition of being specific. As you know, our body has the ability to differentiate between different types of pathogens, whether it is harmful or not, and devise ways to destroy them accordingly. Next is diversity, which means our body can detect vast varieties of pathogens ranging from protozoa to viruses. Another important feature is differentiation between self and non-self. As our body has the unique ability to differentiate between its own cells and foreign cells, our body immediately starts rejecting any foreign cell as soon as it enters our body. Last but not the least is memory. As you know, once our body encounters a pathogen, it activates the immune system to destroy it. It also remembers what type of antibodies were released in response to that pathogen, so that the next time it enters, the similar procedure is followed by the body to eliminate or destroy it. Next, we will study the types of cells involved in acquired or adaptive immunity. The acquired immunity involves two types of cells, B cells and T cells. First of all, we will study about B cells, or you can say B lymphocytes. B cells, which develop into our bone marrow, gets activated on their encounter with pathogens or any foreign agent or particle. After activation, B lymphocytes differentiate into two types of cells, that is plasma cells and memory cells, as already shown in the figure here. Plasma cells produce the antibodies specific to that foreign particle or antigen and gets attached to the antigen surface and destroy it. Whereas the memory cells retain the information about the pathogen to prevent any disease caused by that pathogen in the near future. And the immunity dependent on B lymphocytes, or this type of immunity which is dependent on B lymphocytes of our immune system, is called humoral immunity. Now we will study the second type of cells involved in acquired immunity, that is T lymphocytes. T lymphocytes originate in bone marrow, but they develop in the thymus gland of our body. T cells differentiate into three types of cells, that is helper T cells, cytotoxic cells and regulatory cells, which are released into the bloodstream. And when these cells triggered by an antigen, the helper T cells of our immune system release cytokines like interleukins or interferons, which act as messengers. And I already explained about cytokines in my previous video, if you remember. These cytokines initiate the differentiation of B lymphocytes into plasma cells, which produce antibodies against the antigens, as shown in the figure. The cytotoxic T cells kill the cancer cells, whereas regulatory T cells regulate the immune reactions or immune response. And this type of immunity, which is dependent on T cells of our immune system, is known as cell-mediated immunity. So this is all about the acquired immunity, its types, features and cells involved in acquired immunity, and how this immunity works in our body and protect us against pathogens or diseases. Thank you.